there. Well, Venezuelans have been voting in a controversial referendum that the government hopes will strengthen its claim over Essequibo, a territory in neighbouring Guyana. The non-binding vote aims to measure popular support for Venezuela's historical claim over Essequibo. It comes after the UN's International Court of Justice ordered Caracas to take no action that would alter Guyana's control over the territory. Essequibo is 160,000 square kilometres, which is about the size of Greece and makes up around 2/3 of Guyana's land mass. Gas and oil were discovered there back in 2015. Guyana's President Irfan Ali said that his government is working to protect the country's borders and keep people safe.
I want to assure Guyanese that there is nothing to fear over the next number of hours, days, months ahead. Of course, our vigilance will be enhanced, but we are working around the clock to ensure that our borders remain intact and the people in our country remains safe.
Okay, journalist Oscar Schlenker joins us now from Caracas. Oscar, good to see you. Tell us, how has the voting gone today and what interest is there among Venezuelans about the outcome?
Well, the government has just issued an extension of the time these polling stations will be open, but we have seen very low turnout to the polling stations today. Some analysts are speculating less than 30%, which is pretty low by Venezuelan election standards. We will see Maduro's administration optimist about the results, but Venezuelans on social media are already posting about the little interest there was to respond to the government's request in this election. This in turn will mark the campaigns leading up to the presidential elections next year. Some analysts argue that this low turnout could prompt Maduro's administration to even cancel elections altogether if they don't gather the support they need to win next year.
So this vote could have definitely wider long-term effects. Oscar, low voter turnout, as you say, the referendum is non-binding. The people of Essequibo themselves weren't able to vote. So what effect will the results really have?
Well, this election could serve as a resource for Maduro's to show Maduro some legitimacy and support in the international courts. Even though turnout was low, the results will be favorable because most of the people that voted are government supporters, beneficiaries, or public employees. So even though it's not binding, they can still use the results as a pretext to further the dispute in courts.
Oscar, Guyana is considering the vote to be a step towards annexation. What risk is there of any kind of military escalation when it comes to Essequibo?
Well, I think it is unlikely that we will see any kind of military escalation in the border. It could be, however, an excuse to increase pressure inside Venezuela to improve conditions in the border with Guyana. Although Venezuela has the upper hand in military power, Guyana has much more powerful allies like the U.S. and Great Britain, countries which have sanctions against Venezuela already and currently hold commercial interests in the Essequibo natural resources. The question is, would these allies be willing to defend Guyana's government or the interest of companies already extracting the natural resources of this territory?
Journalist Oscar Schlenker there, reporting from Caracas. Oscar, thanks so much for that.